All right, we're back again, and I'm going to share my screen here. Hope everybody's having a great week. Today, we're going to be talking and thinking a little bit about drag and drop functions and features in C++ and JUCE and audio apps. And it's the first time that I've ever tried to implement this feature. So hopefully it'll be more coding and a little bit of more coding and not so much just sitting here and thinking. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So the intention of this live stream is for us to be able to take this track that's represented by this playlist view that's down here at the bottom of the screen that I'm clicking through now, and be able to click it, drag it onto the audio player, and for the audio player to load the track. So that is the intention of the this live stream. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just open a new window here and go to the JUCE API. And let's just see what we need to take a look at. So I did take a very brief look, and there were a few classes that are built around this. So if I just look for drag and drop, we have these classes here. So drag and drop container. So looks pretty straightforward, enables drag and drop behavior for a component and all of its subcomponents. So in this case, the drag and drop container would be the audio player. No, that would be the drag and drop target, sorry. So drag and drop container in this situation would be the track list view or playlist. Then we have drag and drop target. So components derived from this class can have things dropped onto them by a drag and drop container. And there's another one. So as you can probably see, I did just a very cursory look at what it would take to actually do this. And then we have this other class that's inside drag and drop target called source details. And so this contains details about the source of a drag and drop operation. So from a high level overview, I'm thinking that so when we click, so from a high level overview, I'm thinking when I click on a row, there is something that tells us what row has been clicked on, because we could tell that because it's colored this row differently, right? It's identified what row we clicked on. So we need to take a look at that. And from there, then we need to get somehow to the appropriate column marked path. And that's the information that we want to, at least as far as I can see for now. That's what we want. That's the piece of information that we want to get to, is the path, right? Because we go back to the audio player, to that. We have go into data, and then to processor, there is a place where we have this function called load track, and this will take a file which we can represent as a path to the track. So that's the general overview of what we're looking at. So I'm just going to try to do some pseudocode around this. So I'll just open up text edit really quick. And here we go. So I will just make this nice and big. So our first thing is when a row is clicked, identify which row was clicked. Get path column and path in row. In selected row. And then there's going to be some sort of when mouse is clicked. So when a row is clicked, or should I say when the mouse is down on a row, that would be a better way of saying that. Okay, so I think we can just start there and try to do that. So what we want to do is just find out what row we clicked, try to get some function that will give us the path of the track. Okay, so let's go back to our track list view. And so the component that's holding the track list, I should probably just leave this open. So the component that's holding the track list is a table list box. Okay, so let's see if there's anything in the table list box class that will give us that can tell us something like what row was clicked on, just something that maybe returns some sort of information on that. So what is it called again? Table list box, sorry, table list box. Okay. So we got get model, get cell position. Okay, so that looks interesting. Get cell component. Okay. Returns the position of one of the cells in the table. Okay, then we've got get cell component, returns the component that represents a given cell. Okay, so but the problem, so it's a little bit more complicated than that, because the problem is that would be really nice if we wanted the user to click on just the path and drag the path. But what we want is for the user to be able to click any part of this row, and that grabs the path. Okay, and maybe we could start with even just the most naive version of this, which is just grabbing the path and dragging that, where maybe that's the first way to start, is just grab the path. It identifies, it grabs the text that's in there, and we drag it over. So let's see how we can do that. So we go to track list. So we have this track list cell. We have this mouse down function that we've overridden. Okay. So it looks like what we could do is sort of mouse down, and then I'm sure in label there's get, so because this track list cell is a label, right? So would there be like a get text? Okay, interesting. There's the get text. Where's that coming? Where's that coming from? Column number, row number. Did I implement that? Where is that coming from? Okay, for now, I'm going to do just get text. Just this one. Maybe let's see. So that would be auto path. That gives us the text. All right, now we need to put the text somewhere in some sort of information that we need to put the text in some piece of information that lets us know that this is the piece of information that we want to drag to the audio player, right? So let's take a look back at drag and drop container. Let's take a look at that. Okay, great. So we have this. Let's take a look down here. For a component to be able to make or receive drag and drop events, one of the parent components must derive from this class. Then to start a drag operation, any subcomponent can call the start dragging method, and this object will take over tracking the mouse and sending appropriate callbacks. Okay, so we need to, so it seems like track list view needs to inherit drag and drop container. So like I said, I've never tried this, but let's just try it and see what happens. This is drag and drop container. Now, since this label is inside track list view, I'm wondering if I could do, so let's see, now the question becomes, where do we call start dragging? Okay, so start dragging takes a var that is a source description. Okay. So we got this. So we got this source details. Okay, so this looks like the place where we would actually store the piece of information that we want to drag. All right, so far so good. So this source details. Okay, so let's go back here. So that's the target. So this is what's receiving the information, right? Okay, so so let's go back to drag and drop container. Mouse dragged. So then we would need to, so it feels like we need to override the component mouse dragged function and put that in there. So let's just try that. So now we just need to go to, actually, I'll just duplicate this. Go back to the class list. We will go to the component class. I think there's a mouse drag. Okay. So mouse drag, right? So we can just override that. Maybe we do that here. Void mouse drag. Use mouse event. Ride. Then that right above resize. I try to keep these in order. Resized. Wait, track list view, mouse drag. Then, okay, so called when the mouse is moved while the button is held. And then we want start dragging. Okay, start dragging. So source component, would the source component be this component, or would the source component be the child of So it wouldn't actually be the child of this component. Well, we could probably do this for the source component. Then what we do is we want to get the text. Okay, so what we could do is we could get the text of the path of the row that we clicked on, right? So let's go back here. So when we get mouse down, when you click down on a row, yeah, so there was the first version, that we were discussing, which is that the easiest implementation is that the user clicks on the path itself and drags it. So we just want to see if we can do that. So let's just see if that actually works. So I'm going to do just a debug console out and just see what comes out of there. Okay. So we'll build this again. Oh. Okay. Non-virtual member function hides virtual member function. Oh, what does that mean again? So yeah, so there's a mouse drag in component already. Right. I think that's what that means. I think that's the problem there. It's okay. I don't want to get off my. Well, that's problematic as well. It wouldn't build anyway. It's okay. Let's just go back to the core of it, which is that we just want to see if when we click on the path that we get the text, right? So let's start there. So here we go. Okay, so we see that we get the console out of the path, right? Let's see, when we click on the artist, that gives you back the artist, right? Okay, so let's see if we can get the text of the path by clicking on anywhere on this row. Let's start there first. Okay. So there was this other function that I saw, get text, and then we have this column number and row number. So so we need to find we got set column and row. All right, so column ID and row. So let's just oops. So what's wrong? Why is it's yelling at me there? Too many arguments. Get text. Where is this get text? that is asking for a column number and a row number. Why is that complaining? That's weird. Expected at most, single argument, return active editor contents. That's strange. Okay, so let's. I don't even know where this is actually at. All right, let's go to the label here for a second here. So I'm a little bit lost as to why that's happening. So we got label, we got get text. Returns the label's current text. Okay. Select rows based on modifier keys. Okay, so let's see here. So what we want is we don't when the mouse is down. So let's see. This is just one label, right? So this is just one label. Okay, let's go back for a second, and I'm gonna just do it for this. I keep going back. I keep changing my mind between whether I want to try to address the drag and drop function first, or the fact that I need to click on this label in order to get this text first. I'm going to do the drag and drop first. So I'm going to go with the most naive, the easiest way of doing this, which is to grab the label, grab the text, try to drag it and see if we can actually get it to load. So let's do that. So we will say, we'll go back here and do, why is my IDE is just all of a sudden just acting weird. It's just freezing up on me. I don't know what's happening. It's just happened. How bizarre. Okay. Auto. So we got auto path equals get text. Once again, I have no idea why that's showing up. Oh, nice. So returns text as a value object. Okay, interesting. Okay, so now let's just make a public variable here for now, which would be this. Okay. So now I can call it from drag and drop container. So then we ran into this problem of mouse drag. I'm just going to bring this back in for the moment. Kind of get the intention around it and then fix it, because currently it's not going to work. So now we need to pass this. We need to pass this piece of data, this, back up to the track list view. Okay, so aha, that's where I'm getting this. Get text. Get text. Return, oh, okay. This is interesting. Return the track list, get child element, get string. Aha, that is what's, okay, well so that means that I don't need this anymore, because I have it implemented in the parent component. Okay. So now I could just say, get text. Now we just need to figure out what the column number and the row number is. Okay. So in here, okay, so now we're getting some, now I'm starting to get a little bit more of a idea of what we need here. So we do is row selected. Then we would get because the row that's clicked on is would be the current row selected. So if I did, I made a int current row, set that to 0, int current column. Is that called column? I'll just call it column ID. Column ID was 0. And then now we will go back into here. Column ID. Current row. Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. What declaration shadows a field? I can't call it column ID because I'll just call it current column ID. Yeah, so that should take that away. So we got current column ID. Let me just try this. So PBG, get text, then current column ID, current row. Okay, now will it complain? Yes, it will. Non-virtual. So let's go back to mouse. Oh, I can't mark this override. Yeah, I think we're good now. No, it doesn't work just yet. I'm missing something in here. If what? If mouse was dragged since mouse down. Is that right? Mouse was dragged since mouse down. Okay. Let's just see if this is actually working. No, it's not. That's why I got this. Mouse drag hides overloaded virtual function. So make mouse event. Okay, let's go back here. I'm missing something. What am I missing? Did I? Did I implement this right? If what am I missing? Let me just try mouse click. Oh man, come on, people. Let's do mouse down. Hold when about mouse button is pressed. I feel like I've forgotten to do something here. Okay, I'm just going to change this to down. I've overloaded virtual function. Is it because I have drag and drop container? Still. I don't remember what that actually means. Hides overloaded virtual function. Yeah, so it's derive a class. So how do we get? Oh, what if I do? Hmm. Dang. Okay, let me just try. I'm just going to try something because I feel like I'm missing something here. Just going to create a blank project. Just going to open this up. In here, I got main component, right? So now I'm going to override mouse down. Event. just going to do PVG thing. I'm going to compile this. Okay, now we have this. Okay. What have I forgotten to done? So if he mouse down. What have I missed here? Called when a mouse button is pressed. Why? If mouse was clicked. All right, let's try that. Let's go back to here. Clicked. It doesn't even enter this function at all. There's like, what is so do I have to call it from somewhere or what? Does it have to, is it supposed to be like this? Void. Timer. All that. Just minimize this for a second. So then what? So then you detect mouse event. Yes. How do you make a component catch mouse activity? Yes. You have to add, yes, got it. You have to add the parent component as a listener. My label, add listener. Okay. And Daniel says, in 9, you don't need to attach mouse listeners at all. also get global mouse events. So add listener, add mouse listener. Now I feel like we're getting somewhere. Okay. So what happens? Oh, oops. Now I don't need the timer anymore. Okay. Oh. You register a component's mouse listener for itself, it would receive all the events twice. Right, but why doesn't it work then? I don't need to register it. Mouse down. Hides virtual member function. Hides virtual. Jatin, throwing me a bone. A component should catch mouse events on that component. If it's not being caught, it might mean another component is covering yours or someone is calling. The mouse event function needs to be a constant. Okay. It's const. Okay. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Jatin. Oh, my goodness. I just forgot to write const there. That's literally the only thing that I forgot. Okay, so let's go back to this now. Okay. Oh, man. See how something so small can mess you up? I was like, what is going on? I've done this before. All right, here we go. Let's try this again now. Okay, so we should have something pop up in the console. Oops, if I nearly there. So I'm just gonna do Okay. What's up with my? Ah, there we go. I don't know why that stopped. Okay, but this is track list. Nothing is showing. Okay. Silencing this warning. Doing mouse down. Why does it not? Why is it not registering anything? Is it because it's a collection of, but it should still show mouse down from the parent component though. Ah, I think I know why. Because I'm trying to get mouse events from the track list box, not from this. So let me do. Right, because track list view. So would it be something like, yeah, this is the thing. This class is so freaking confusing to me because the reason that it's happening is because I'm trying to get mouse events in the list box. This is the thing that's so confusing about this class is that, but still it should still detect the events though. Well, don't. This is really frustrating. It's a component, so it should. the list box is covering the component. That's the problem. So track list view is a component, but list box is sitting over the track list, is sitting on top of the track list. Okay. So now, so that's the reason why. Okay, so let's think about this. So does that mean that I need to inherit list box and define the mouse event that I want? Okay, so let me just try that for a second. Class list box, the public JUCE table list box. Then I will do public. Then we will do void mouse down const JUCE mouse event and E. We will do DBG bang for now. So then let me choose ignore unused. But then so we're inheriting from a we're inheriting from a class that takes some arguments. So let's see, so then isn't it like this? So then we got list box, and then just pop these in here. And then how do you do that? It's something like this. You pass the that. I think that's how you do it. Use table list box, unnamed table list box model. Oh, that's why. Just need to pop these in here. Okay. We will get there. We will get there. Okay. Then let's do list box like that. Fingers crossed. Still didn't work. Aha. It does work, but it works. So now we've got another problem, which is that now we've got it to do it on the list box, but then we've ran into the same problem that we just had just a minute ago, which is that we have a component that's sitting on top of the list box. So what that means is that we actually don't need to overwrite. Well, let's see. So let's think about this, because yeah, so the label, so what it is now is that the label detects that it gets clicked on, but somehow we need to signal that to the component that it's sitting in so that it can identify the row that the row of the label that was clicked, and then grab the path of that. So I'm just going to leave this here for now, just in case I need it, because part of me is wondering if I need that. If I'm gonna need that. So, okay. So we got, what if I make these public, right? So we get mouse down, right? Then what will I call these? I'll call these, should I call these selected row? Selected column ID. I have some ideas now on what to do regarding regarding getting the label column, but I will come back to that later. So then now when mouse is down, we could say owner dot selected row equals row. Owner dot selected column ID equals column ID. Right. And then, so now we got that. Then it's then it would be get text. Wait, oh, I'm getting all of this. What am I doing? I'm actually getting this. So this goes back to mouse. This goes back to mouse down again. Yes, okay. So I'm getting the text. So what needs to be dragged? So let's see now. So that means that whatever label that I'm dragging needs to read the text of the path that's in that row. Right? let me just so does that mean that every label in here needs to be a drag and drop container? Let me take my dog out for a pee quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right, so okay, so this goes back to the question of, does a label need to be aware of text in another label? So we got, let's go back here. Back to get text. So this can get a child element. Text of a child element. So that's cool. So that can give us exactly what we want, right? And now the question becomes, when we're dragging something, the problem is that the list box is covered by labels. So we have to send so when an event, so then you have to call owner. So you could have something from the track list view when a label is clicked that gets the child element of the label column. Okay, so maybe there's another function that's called JUCE string track list view get get path, get path, and it will take a constant column number. Constant row number. Now, what we need to do is we need to find the path to the path column, right? So how does that happen? Because it's possible that the user may switch the column, right? So let's see. So does this go back to the column ID? Because if I go to the XML, so where is this? JUCE, audio programmer, JUCE DJ app, source, resources, assets, track list. Okay, so the column ID we know is 3. Okay. So let's see. That's like, it would be cooler to have to be able to call it path rather than column ID, It feels like if I change that in the future, that's going to be a real pain. But okay, this is fine. So I could just do row number. I'm going to leave a comment here. Path column ID is 3. Check the XML. Check the XML. And then we could do return track list, get child element, row number, get string attribute, get attribute name for column ID. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to put 3 there. I don't like that, but that's what I would like is something more like get string attribute, get attribute for column, get attribute for column name. Column, get string attribute. Oh, I can do that. So let's see. No, that's fine. Okay, now I just need to just put this in the header. Use string. I'm going to just audio track. call this get path to audio track. Okay, then in here, we do mouse. We want mouse drag. Let's just do mouse down. Let's just do that for now. Then we want to do owner. We'll just console this out for now. So while I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to get rid of these extra things that I created. So then we'll do owner, list box. No, owner. What's going on? Why is this complaining? Owner does not have what is. Out of definition. Oh, because I have this marked const. No. Const int row number. Get path to audio track. Get path to audio track. Constant is doesn't match any. JUCE string. And that's a JUCE string. Ah, forgot semicolon. Okay, we're good. We are good. So get path to audio track and then row. All right, let's see if this works. All right, what did I miss? Okay. I've missed something somewhere. I've missed a. Missed a bracket somewhere. Where? It says that I missed a bracket. What have I done here? Why is it complaining? Did I must have erased a curly bracket somewhere or something. Ah. How did that happen? Set column and row. There is a function called that. Bro, what am I going? What is going on here? What about that? November. Okay, so that's all disappeared. Just trying to get this to actually build again. What the heck have I actually done? Aha, I get it. I know what I've done. All right. I can get rid of this again. So this is just messing up everything. There we go. Okay, I should stop complaining now. Okay, cool. All right, we're back now. Just needed to stop deriving from that, stop inheriting from that other class. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Oh no, what have I done now? Oh, because get path to audio track is the see, getting there. Oh, I don't have these anymore. I just had some previous stuff that. Okay, cool. Build succeeded again. Okay. Now that's going to complain because owner is a table list box, not a got it. All right, so that's not going to work then. Okay. All right. So get path to audio track needs to be out of here. It needs to be in label. Okay, so owner get text. Looks like track list may have just an owner where you can just get the text from just the track list. So let's do owner get text. Column number, which would be 3, and row number, which would be row. Okay, let's see if that gives us the path. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be so embarrassed if it was just all this for one line of code. Oh, it is. Look. That's now given us the path. Awesome. So basically, it's been about an hour just to get that one line of code. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So we finally got that. Now, so we could just say path equals. Now we get to the drag part, which is actually interesting because now we've solved the problem that this is a series of labels. And whatever label that person clicks on in the row, we can get the string of whatever is in that row. So that's fine. Okay. So now we get to the dragging part. So this, let's see. So this tracklist cell is a JUCE label, and we want to make it a. So now we can get. We don't need table list box anymore, and we can make it a drag and drop container. Okay. So public use drag and drop container. Okay. So then maybe what we could do is we could do voice, mouse, drag. And then now we have this start dragging. Path. And then component is this. And let's just see if it actually. Oh, actually, I think I need, I'm going to do JUCE label mouse drag event. Okay, and I'm just going to make sure that this is actually working. Let's compile this. Okay. So now when I drag this, this should show up in the console. Boom. Yes. Nice. Okay. Now we drag another one. Sweet. We are on the road. All right. So now we have that. Now we have that. Okay, so now we have we started dragging. Begins a drag and drop operation. So it feels like, all right, now let's look at target. Okay. So we got these source details, right? Let's just take a look at what that means again. Okay. A descriptor for the drag. This is set. This is set by drag and drop container start dragging. Okay, so that's the source description. Great, so it's just the path. Right? So each path is going to be different. This is a so then okay. So the thing is that each path is going to be so we need to take a look at how we can figure out how to tell the target that the source normally it would probably be like if the source details is the track list component, right? So if we got item dropped, so is interested in drag source. Okay, well let's just get these in and then we can start figuring it out, right? So we go to the audio player view. Now we will make this inherit JUCE, drag, and drop target. Make this public. Okay. So say from drag and drop target. Void. So we have a couple pure virtual functions we need to implement here. So override and void item dropped. Okay, so I guess a good next step would be to actually see. So we'll implement these as well. Void audio player view. Item dropped. These need to be marked as JUCE. All right. Audio player view source. No type name source details in namespace JUCE. Oh, this is bold, not void. This would be JUCE. This is bold. Let's just see. No type name source details in namespace JUCE. Did you mean simply source details? Huh? Okay, that's strange. So it's in JUCE. Why is it doing that? Ah, I see. I know why. It's drag and drop target source details. That's why. Right. The more you know, the more you don't know. Isn't that what they say? So that needs to be that. That needs to be that. Okay, now we should be in business. Build failed still. Oh, get rid of that. Redo it again. Build failed still. Okay. Undefined symbol. Is interested in drag source. These are both const. Create a component. Derive your component from this class. Derive. To create a component that can receive things dragged and dropped by a drag and drop pattern, derive your component from this class, which I've done, and make sure it is somewhere inside a drag and drop component. Make sure that it is somewhere inside a drag and drop container component. Does that mean that the main component needs to be a drag and drop container as well? Let's try this again. Build failed. Okay. Undefined symbol. No, I put okay. Item dropped. So I did something wrong with item dropped. Okay. No previous prototype. So the return type is void. It's item dropped. Cost source details. Void item dropped. So that's just a warning. Okay. Still build failed. All right, is it just item dropped? But now it's going to give me, it's going to say this is an abstract class. Yeah, audio player view is an abstract class. Ah, thank you, Martin. Yes, of course. Forgot to put the class in there. Audio player view. Okay. All right, here we go. Cool, build succeeded. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I'm just going to try to console out drag source details and see if it actually confirms that the path is, oh, drag source details dot what dot description. Get description. Okay. Drag source details description. Okay. Bro. JUCE string. Here we go. All right, let's see if this works, then when we drop this on the audio player, then it should show the path. No, it doesn't show anything. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so not quite what I had in mind. Okay, so let's go back for a second here. Use my dog. Come on, baby. You always. All right. So here we go. Call back to check whether this target is interested. So let's see what let's see where we're at. Components derived from this class can have things dropped onto them by a drag and drop container, which is what I have. To create a component that can receive things drag and drop by drag and drop container, derive your component from this class and make sure that it is somewhere inside a drag and drop container component. Okay, so I made sure that it was, so I've made my main component a drag and drop container. So it is inside my drag. So it is inside the drag and drop container. So the label, so the track list cell is a drag and drop container. I've called mouse drag, I've called start dragging. Okay, so let's go back to drag and drop container. Okay, so let's take a look and see if we can just test to see, is drag and drop active, right? If something is currently, if something is currently being dragged. Okay, so sorry, test, I'm gonna have to type now. Okay. So BBG is drag and drop active. Okay, so now let's this is so okay. So we should get a 1 if the drag and drop is active. Yeah, so it's active, right? It is active. Okay. So it is dragging, but it's not dropping. Okay, so now we go back to audio player view. Let's see. We're missing a piece of the puzzle here. So let's go back to drag and drop target. Source details. Contains details about a drag. Call back to indicate that something is being dragged over this component. Okay, so maybe we could try to override this and see if that actually calls. So we got item enter drag. Okay. Is that a bool or is that a item drag enter? Item drag enter. Void item drag enter. It's all of this business. Override. And we will bring all this into here. Audio player view. All right, let's see if we detect. Okay, so no, so nothing is happening there. So I notice, so what I notice very faintly is that when I'm dragging here inside this component, that I have that this like shadow of what I'm actually dragging. But I notice when I come outside of it, it's not dragging. Okay. So it's like it's only inside this component. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. So that seems to indicate that it, for one reason or another, it's not going outside of the table box of this table box model component. Okay, so let me just, I'm going to try something here, which is really weird because main component is identified as a drag and drop container. Okay, does this mean that the entire track list view needs to be a drag and drop container as well? Because I thought that this meant that as long as we were in, that if I did it in the main component, that it wouldn't need that I wouldn't need to do it to child components. Oh. Yeah, still nothing. Strange. All right, I'm going to try an experiment. I'm going to create a component inside the track view. That's a drag and drop target. So what I'll do is I'll make a simple component in here. So let's do class sample component. This will inherit from JUCE component. And from public JUCE drag and drop target. I don't need to worry about formatting. Then I'm just going to put all this stuff in there. This here. Then now I'm going to bring this into here. So what did I call it? Sample component. Sample component. Sample. Then add and make visible sample. And I need to give it some sort of really quick void paint, graphics, P. Dot fill all use colors. Then we will do sample set bounds. 10, 100, 400, 550. Okay. So we should just see this orange thing inside of our. There we go. So see this orange thing that I just created. And now I've made it a drag and drop target. It's inside. Okay, so do I need to make tracklist view a drag and drop container again? So let's just do that just to JUCE drag and drop container. So it's inside a drag and drop container. I've inherited drag and drop target. Now this should say bang when I drag this onto this. And it does not. Okay, why not? Okay. Okay, do I need to return true? So let me just do another experiment. Nothing still. Missing a piece of the puzzle here. Okay, let's check the JUCE form. Drag and drop. Okay, let me just try this one. Is drag and drop active? What is that? So what is that? If drag container is drag and drop active. Is drag and drop active? I don't even see that. What's in here? Do I have to do so? Okay, so let's try this. If drag source details source component is drag so it's a weak reference. Okay, source component is component weak reference. Get source component get is drag. What in the world? Returns the object at this point that this pointer refers to. Okay. Oh, let's see. Paints details about the source of a drag and drop operation. So okay, I've got an idea. I don't know if it's going to work or not. What if I overrode mouse enter? Voice. So void mouse enter. Const juice mouse event. Okay, so let's try this. DVG enter. All right, let's just see if this actually. Yeah. Great. So that works. So the mouse enters. Then you have to then you want to look to see if it's dragging. Right? So there is mouse drag, right? Void. Just copy all this. Dragging. What did I do? Oh, how did I type void? Okay. So I'm clicking and dragging. Okay. Okay, so it's dragging when you are inside the component and you drag, but not when if you click, then drag inside, that does not detect that event. Okay, good to know. Okay, so we got mouse enter. Now, so when the mouse enters the component, it needs to be able to tell if it's a drag and drop container. If you're dragging a drag and drop container, right? Let's go back. I'm just going to go back here again to this. None of this is relevant. Okay. Just need something that has not really seeing anything here. Seems like everybody else knows how to use it aside from me. Also adding ask chat GPT. Yeah, I could ask chat GPT. I guess that's a yeah, let's try the demo runner really quick. Yeah, there must be a, you're right. Wade Morpher says there must be a drag and drop example. Yeah, I'm sure there is. Okay, so let's go where the open example, GUI. Or launch, let's launch the demo runner. Last item? Oh, I didn't even see it. Let's go back to the producer. Oh, I thought you were referring to something more. Okay. There we go. Big shout out to the JUCE team, always saving us. Okay, so we're building. This would be a great tutorial, I think. Okay, here we go. Browse demos. This would be GUI. Animation, no. Component, maybe? No, that's not it. Graphics, multi-touch properties, maybe? There's that. Widgets. Drag and drop, here we go. Drag and drop some rows from the left box onto this component. You can also drag and drop files. Yes, see how it has that shadow? So that happens inside the component, but it doesn't happen outside. Okay, so let's look at the code for that. Oh my God, this is small. Oh, there's loads. Okay, so I just want that one widgets demo. Okay, so let's go back to the producer. File, examples, widgets demo. Okay. Just open this. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So we got a slider. Got a text button. Let's see, drag and drop. Okay, so we got drag and drop demo. So this is a drag and drop container. It's nice because this is a list box. Get drag source description. Okay. Okay, yeah. All this looks like stuff that I've done. What in the world am I missing? Source items list box contents. What is that? If something is being dragged over. So this is a drag and drop. So we have the drag and drop container. Which I did. Yeah. It's drag and drop container. So in my code, mine's a drag and drop container as well. Right. Oh, let me just get rid of this demo running. Get source drag description. Okay, so now let's go back to mine, right? So where do they call get source drag description? is drag source. Right, but that's never actually called specifically anywhere. So Wave Morpher asks, what does var as a return type mean? So var is just a generic JUCE encapsulation that can encapsulate a string, an int, just basically any data type into yeah, so it can hold any range of primitive values. They never actually call get drag source description though. Like if I'm just gonna block this out for a moment and just see if it fails somewhere. Yeah, see, it succeeds. It didn't never actually even calls it. Ah, but it does call it. Because it doesn't work now. Okay, what is that about? Get drag source description. So what is that? What is that overriding from? So that must be a component. Get drag, is that something from component? So component. Yeah, I've never seen a sparse set before either. Interesting. So get drag source. What's it called? Drag source description. So is that from list box model? List box model. Drag. Aha. So it's something from to allow rows from your list to be dragged and dropped. Implement this method. I guess that would help. Oh my goodness. How would you ever know? Oh man. You would just never know unless you had an example that showed you. Okay, so then this is. So now let's go back to mine. I've never heard of a sparse set, but we will see what that's about here very soon. So I'm assuming table list box model inherits from list box model. Now, this is the part that I do not understand. Is table list box model does not inherit list box model, but table list box inherits list box model. Okay. But now that's problematic because table list, because now I need to override one of these methods. Where is it? Drag. Yeah, I need to override a method in table list box. So it's going to need to go back to what I was doing before, which was something like this. Public JUCE table list box. And then I'm going to need to do public, then playlist view, which will take, so now I need to go back here and do this. I did this thing before, and then it started complaining, and then I got rid of it, and now I need it again. Playlist view, so table list box takes these arguments. Right. I'll have to come in here and clean this up a little bit later. And then what this does is this then goes into a JUCE. You can inherit constructors. Oh, can you? Oh, so I don't need to do that specifically? That's awesome. Okay, so maybe I just leave that then. And then this now needs to be a playlist view. With the using declaration. Using declaration. Inheritance. So we got struct B. Struct D inherits from B using B. So I just do something like this. Where am I? Using JUCE table list box. Then we're going to go deep into the depths of JUCE with the JUCE sparse set, which I've never seen. But we will find out more about that soon enough. Okay, so using declaration in class refers to JUCE. Okay, so this one I can fix. Yes, requires a qualified name. You need to add table list. Need to add, oh, is it like this? No. Ah, I've never done that before. Wow. This is a beast right here. Here we go. All right, now let's see what this drag source description. Or drags, we'll just make a comma separated list of the selected row numbers. This will be picked up. So I don't even need to. Okay, I'm just going to put this in here for now. And then just see if it works. And selected rows. Rows. Like, how is this even compiling? There's an, oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Selected rows. Ah, I get it. Sorry. Okay. Now this needs to be a JUCE string. This is a beast. Ooh, wee. Yes. No. What did I what did I do again? Okay, so mouse enter, but item drag. Oh, we want to return true. Let's try this again. So we want it to say bang, right? We get enter. This is override. Don't need this anymore. Item dropped. PVG. Now, Check the colors of item drag enter. Let's look at how it's. Wonder if you moved the yellow box outside of the list box table, if that would help. I don't think so, because yeah, if you look at audio player view, return true. Yeah, you're right, though. It does disappear when it goes outside of the, when it goes outside of its own, when it goes outside of its own component, it disappears. Yeah. Whereas if you look at the widgets demo, when I take this and I drag it, we see it. Yeah. Okay. Hmm. It's interesting that list box model is not a drag and drop container. Let's go back up here. So that's the contents, and it sits in the box. Yeah. That's the other thing, is that you have file drag and drop target, text drag and drop target. Yeah. File drag and drop target, text drag and drop target. Let's try for, let's just inherit from those classes as well. It feels like it's more a problem with Let's see here. Oh. Cannot initialize an object of const juice component with an expression of type track list view. Where is that at? Okay, so now it's complaining about my playlist view. It was fine before. So let's see. That works fine. So let's see, juice text. Right. Let's do text, drag and drop target. Is interested in text drag. Okay, so let's just try this really quick. Yeah, it is text at the end of the day. Where did that go? Oh, const. Ugh. Oh, I need text drop. Just minimize this for a minute. Void. Use. Yeah, let's see. This works. No. It doesn't drag outside of its own component. That's what I'm seeing there. In the example, it's dragging outside the component. That goes back to this. Yeah. The table list box class is pretty wild. All right, let's just see if we get something from this drag source description. When I click on it. Ah, still nothing. All right. Let me just try that. All right, this is gonna be my last thing, and then I think I've had enough for the day. Should be that I want to do the same thing here. Let's just see if there's anything that comes out of that. Right, so it says 5. Right, when I do that. Mine says nothing. So that's problematic. Okay. Something to chew on. Anyways, that is, I'm a little bit stuck right now, but there has been some progress. So seems to be one little thing that's not quite working right. So I'm going to commit this code. Working, I'll put work in progress, drag and drop feature. Get add. There we go. Get push -u in main. Okay. So all that stuff is open source, and it is on the on github.com/the audio programmer. Yeah, it's been an adventure for sure. There have definitely been some challenges there, but I feel like we're near a solution. With that, I'll wrap things up for today. Thank you very much for joining along with me and watching me struggle again. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.